recording all this. And today I'm really excited and very honored to introduce everybody to the very creative, artistic, overall lovely human being, Sylvie Bouchard, who is the festival director of our very own Dusk Dances, which is hosted annually in our Withrow Park. Last year, they celebrated their 25th year. And Sylvie, thank you so much for being here with us. We're really honored for your time, and I'm really happy to see you. Of course, it's been a long time since I've seen you actually face to face.
I'm very happy to see you too, Suzanne, and it's an honor for me, really. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes. I know a lot of people actually have been following you for many, many years. You have a lot of fans in the neighborhood and across the country. For those people who know and love you and Dusk Dances, and for the people who are not familiar with Dusk Dances, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the festival, the premise of the festival is, and then maybe give us a little bit of history of it as well.
Sure, yes. So Dusk Dances actually started in 1993. We're celebrating 26th year this year, because as you said, last year was the 25th. If you do the calculation, you'll see that actually it doesn't work. It's because we didn't do 2 years in between, just in case people start to calculate and go, he was wrong, that doesn't work. So yeah, 1993, I was a younger dance artist at the time. And there was a festival named FIDA, the Fringe Festival of Independent Dance Artists. FIDA no longer exists, but at that time, the festival, FIDA, was actually it started with Alan Kasia and Michael Menegan. They incepted the festival, and at that time, it was by lottery. It's a Fringe festival, so it was lottery. So we applied, and then they took the names from the hat. And I had applied 3 years in a row, and in that third year, my name wasn't picked either. So after 3 years, I think I'd built I really, really wanted to participate and do something. So I thought, I lived at that time close to Trinity Bellwoods Park. And I was having a walk in the park, and I thought, how amazing would it be to bring dance here? There's people, there's families who probably don't know about dance. And then I began being very interested to build that bridge to this art form that I absolutely love, and bring it to people that may not know about it or may not be able to go to theater as easily because they have families and it's harder, it's expensive. So just to open the door to this art form. And so with this idea, I went back to FIDA and I asked Alan and Michael if they would be interested to promote the event through FIDA. And they said yes. So the name was found, and so Dusk Dances began. And it was, we did it through FIDA, I think for 3 years. And I remember vividly that very first show. The concept was basically the same as it is today. It hasn't changed very much in terms of the format. It's basically 5 dance pieces, 10 minutes long, a host that brings the audience from piece to piece, and then an opening band that plays for half an hour while the crowd gathers. We didn't have an opening band at that first show, but I remember that very first show in 1993 in Trinity Bellwoods Park. There was about 100 people who came, which is, pretty good for the very first show. And I remember people talking to me afterwards and saying, we are so thankful because it's hard for us to go to the theater, or we didn't know about dance. This gave us kind of 5 different visions of dance. So the feedback was very heartwarming to me. And then we didn't do it for 2 years, and then we started back after that, because it really stayed with me. So yeah, so Dusk Dances is kind of a bridge or a door to dance for people to discover this art form. And it's become a real opportunity for choreographers to create works for a different environment than for the stage, because you have to think differently.
I can certainly speak about my experiences, and I think I've been now maybe going into the 7th year of enjoying the pieces in Withrow Park in particular, but I know you incorporate, you know, the landscape, the trees, the rolling hill, like, and so that's really incredible as well. So, you know, maybe from my experience too, like, you know, so you have people collected at the very beginning, and then you have the pieces, and basically, as you said, you have like an MC who's, you've had several over the years that I've experienced who have been incredible. And then as a collective group, the whole group, it feels like amazing energy moves from one part of the park to another part of the park. It usually lasts over a couple hours, right? 2 hours, or an hour and a half?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it just feels so community together as well. Maybe you can explain to people who are watching us today what kind of dances they could experience or see at Dusk Dances.
Well, for us, like for me, programming each year, it works best when the programming is very diverse, very, each piece is very different. So you go through a journey where there may be a piece that is more poetic, a piece that is more high energy, physical, another piece that is more towards, you know, kids, or that, you know, kids would really take in. And a lot of the pieces have layers, of course. And we have some choreographers that come back, so they've done a piece and then they come back to do another one, and other choreographers that are new. So it's all different visions of dance, different styles, different cultural representations. So yeah, we try to really get a variety, but at the same time, get something that makes sense together, you know, in terms of, yeah, there's a duet and there's a group piece, and there's, so like a journey that makes sense. Yeah,
Right.
and it's incredible. You're talking, Suzanne, about, yeah, people moving from, you know, walking from piece to piece. What I love is to see the kids running, you know, because they come back and then they know where the next piece is, and then they run. And
It's
yeah.
true. It's true. The little ones are running, and the older ones are kind of like, you know, because they're and the excitement, you know, it's just, it really is fantastic. I know, you know, I started bringing my little ones, which is how originally we connected, and they just, I mean, they spoke about some of the pieces that they had seen for years afterwards. Some of them were just like really moving. I know last year you had a really fantastic, I'd love to touch on that one, the last piece you had in the show last year, because that was very unique. Do you want to talk a little bit about that one?
Yeah, yeah, it was a beautiful way to basically end the program for our 25th anniversary. It was a piece by Denise Fujiwara from Fujiwara Dance Inventions. It was called Moving Parts, and it was actually kind of an excerpt of the piece, because Denise is working on a full length for that piece that will be premiered, we're hoping, in April 2021, but like not at Dusk Dances, but her, you know, in the theater. But now with COVID, everything has moved around. We'll see. But anyway, she's working full length. That piece, yeah, was very special. It was in the hockey rink, and basically it was 8 dancers, 8 professional dancers, and a choir of about 40, 50, 60, 50, about 50 people. And there were live music as well, and there was conductor who conducting the choir. The dancers sang as well as they danced, and we made the audience sing too. Yes. So it was so beautiful to be in it all together with the audience as well. So the audience had the choice to, well, you know, watch and sing, and so it was a real full experience.
It was very moving. You know, I think I saw that myself about 3 times. How many shows every season do you actually do during that period?
Yeah, we do 9 shows. We do a preview usually on the Sunday. Then we have the whole week in the evening, so 7 nights, and then we have a matinee on the Sunday usually. So we do 9 shows over the whole week.
Beautiful. Okay, so we've been talking about a little bit about the history of Dusk Dances, what it is, the festival, using words like usually and how it was done, and of course, you know, the big elephant in the room right now is COVID, and I know how is a beautiful festival like this, like how do you see the vision of this happening for us this year in 2020? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Yes, it's been a very long journey to figure out what to do, because of course the answers came slowly because we had to figure out a lot, figure out a lot of things. I work for Dusk Dances. I have two companies. So I have Dusk Dances and I have my own creation production company as well. It's called Bouchard Dance. And I work with Marketa Tokova, who's the manager of both those companies. So Marketa and I was very lucky I'm very lucky to have her. And so we went through a process of trying to figure out, what are the measures, what are the new measures, and then what are the new measures, and what is possible and not possible, what is safe and not safe. Is an event outdoor possible, like maybe with less people? Things like not exchanging program, money, donations online. Like we went through, and of course with our board as well, our board of directors had to be part of this process. And so what we now, after all this process, what we've decided to do, and this is actually not quite announced yet, and the details will come next week or the week after, but this year we're going online and we're going to do a live stream.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. So we're actually very excited. At first, I wanted to make sure that if we go online, that it was something I was excited about artistically. And with actually our team of, we have like a production team, and we've been having meetings also to figure out what's possible, not possible. And through a production meeting, we started to think of an idea that we really liked. So we're very excited it feels like an adaptation of the festival. It won't be the same, but it will be the same in some ways, so the elements will be there.
So will all the dancers still be dancing in parks, but it'll be street? Yeah. Yes. Like that?
Not in parks, but yes, outdoors.
Okay.
Yes, outdoors. And there will be 3 or 4 pieces. There will be probably like one musician who will open just to do a couple songs to bring everybody in. We'll have some interviews in between, interviewing some choreographers, some volunteers, some dancer maybe, like just short interviews. So we'll keep it very, and there'll be potential, we're hoping for comments and to keep it interactive. And yeah, really, really fun and very, yeah. So what is also really, really great, we feel, with this idea is that we had to cancel early on our licensed event. So we licensed Dusk Dances to communities in Ontario and Quebec. And we, of course, everybody was very sad because those shows are in July. So we canceled that in May because we knew it wasn't going to be possible. So that allows us to all come together. So they will promote to their community because their audiences are very sad not to have Dusk Dances this year. So we'll be able to promote to all their audiences as well. So it'll feel like a coming together. And then, new audiences, also thinking about audiences that physically, sometimes it may be hard for certain people to go in a park and, travel from piece to piece. So to open up to part of the population that may have thought, well, I would love to go to this, but it's just very hard for me to do that. So yeah,
that's a good point actually, because being sometimes having mobility issues or conflicts, family conflicts, where you have other plans, or you have little ones, or you have to put them to bed, or so I think there is possibly a group of people who will be able to see it now who may not have been able to see in the future. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
And is the intention still to do one like for 6 days in a row or 7 days in a row, or?
No, I think we're going to do just one, and then it'll be available on our website after that.
Amazing. So how can people, first of all, how can people know more about Dusk Dances, be notified about when the live streaming is going to be happening? The intention of these live sessions as well was to help to support our local businesses and, you know, the local arts. What can we do as a neighborhood, as a community to help support you?
No, thank you, Suzanne. Duskdances.ca is our website. The
Okay.
information will be there, but even better, join our mailing list. And that way you will receive all the information, the date, the time, the link, and everything through our mailing list. But if not, yeah, it will be on our website as well.
Yeah, no, and we of course, as you know, we're a big supporter. Our team, myself, my family, my children, huge supporter of the arts and of Dusk Dances. I've always thought it was just such a beautiful way, again, to get the family together, to get your friends together, and it's just incredible art. Like, it really is, between, again, the music, the dances, the costume, you know, the MCs. What was the lady's name from last year?
The host from last year,
Yeah.
Madame Beaucoup.
Yes, so great, so great. So you have a lot of great supporters of the festival. So we're looking forward to seeing how adapting and changing and pivoting, as we all must do, and with fingers crossed that we can be back in the parks again next year.
In 2021, we're hoping, yes.
2021. I'm just curious too, how long, like when would you normally start planning for 2021? I guess around now, like even starting to think of like the new choreographers, the pieces, all that.
Well, actually, my 2021 like season in terms of the pieces themselves was almost already planned. But now, because the 2020 program online is not going to be what it was supposed to be, because we could only to remounted work, like works not like when we do commissions, it means that you support a new work. So that's more money. It's more, takes more time for choreographers to do that. There's very little time to rehearse. Now we can't, we'll have to rehearse mostly online. Like we have to think about what is safe to rehearse. So that's a whole other thing we have to look at. Like each piece, we're gonna, of course, follow all the measures of safety, have a lot of conversation with the artists, with other people about what is it that we have to do to be safe for everybody. So yeah, so the program had to change. So now I'm gonna have to look at my 2021 program and see. But yeah, usually I program a year to a year and a half in advance.
Right. And so if people, again, who are watching and supporting you right now, they want to look at some past dances, they could see that on duskdances.ca as well. Is that right?
Not video per se, but there's a lot of pictures, and there's we're just in the midst of actually doing a trailer video from last year, so that will be on our site very soon.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that, because honestly, last year was so moving. Before we go, is there one piece that is like your favorite heartfelt? I can see there's one. I don't know if there's one, but obviously there's something. Is one piece that you want to talk about, that you want to mention, that was just really meaningful to you? I mean, I know, and I can also just say this too, that Sylvie is not only the festival director and creator and artist, but she's also one of the dancers in many of the pieces over the years. So I don't know how you fit it all in. It's incredible. So is there one piece that, you know, was one of your favorites over the years?
I'm making that face because I'm going, this is so hard. I love so many of the pieces that have been done in Dusk Dances. Yeah,
at this, I mean, I could talk about 10 of them that I love so much. But if there was one that really sort of in the last little while that you wanted to mention, or that kind of has sat with you for a while.
Yeah. Well, there's like a few of them that will be in the program this year.
Okay.
So, yes.
Oh, I'm very excited. What are the dates going to be for the live streaming then?
It'll be all announced.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just to make sure that we're pretty much there, but yeah, I'd rather just wait and announce it all together.
All right. Well, we're excited, and We are going to, as soon as we get the announcement as well, we're going to let everybody in the Our Riverdale Facebook know, as well as on our other social media platforms. And once again, everybody, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to watch us. And thank you so much, Sylvie, for talking to me again. It's so good to see you. I miss you. And we send you tons of support. And we look forward to seeing your new creation, your latest creation. I'm sure it's going to be magnificent.
Suzanne, I want to say thank you for your incredible support over so many years. It means a lot to us. And I enjoy, because we meet as well, like during the season, right? To see, you always have great ideas about things that we could do and how, so your support is very, very appreciated, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much again, everybody. Please support Dusk Dances. It is a beautiful, beautiful festival. And any questions, you can reach Sylvie at duskdances.ca. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Sylvie.
Thanks.
Bye.